We are changing classroom because this one is too small.
The lecture, Management in Japan, will take place in week 7.
We have been doing research in that area for probably over 25 years.
Student loans are now available for international students.
Students are not allowed to take the journals out of the library.
The English word typhoon comes from the Chinese for big wind.
We know quite a bit about stress and susceptibility to infection.
Whether this submission was deliberate or inadvertent was impossible to know.
We are aware of that global business demand ever-growing skill sets.
You need to finish reading the chapter before you go on the field trip.
Interpreters are not readily available in this department.
Scientist is getting hard to get access to this question.
Despite the temperature, the sky is clear and blue.
Your tutor is very helpful. Please do ask if you don't understand the question.
I need time to get the answers from this textbook. Many health workers think that patients are too old to learn or understand.
Several copies must be supplied to the university to fulfill the degree's requirement.
Environmental friendliness is a new category in which campuses are competing.
It is my first try. I hope it goes well.
The first person to space was from the Soviet Union.
The deadline for any essay is tomorrow.
In the past people ate very different foods.
The university charges fine for overdue books, but you can renew over the phone.
I can give you a hand if you need some help in finding a flat.
It is not necessary to elaborate the conversion in the lab material.
The agriculture sector in the country is heavily subsidized.
The United Kingdom is a constitutional monarchy and parliamentary democracy.
I wasn't able to attend the tutorial because I had the doctor's appointment.
It's now acknowledged that his work was groundbreaking. I'll be in my office every day from 11 to 12.
Students might drop or add courses online during registration week.
The key to doing well on the exam is to study hard and well.
A full bibliography is needed at the end of all assignments.
City living in the 21st century is increasingly stressful.
The professor has promised to put his notes online.
Students will be able to enroll for courses starting this week.
Much of the evidence used has only recently become available.
The three central pieces of evidence seem to correlate significantly.
Today no rigorous evaluations of demerits of the approach have been undertaken.
By logging into the website, you read all terms and conditions regarding your enrollment. The head of department isn't available till Thursday. Usually a sound essay covers 3 to 5 main points.
To be effective, all students must participate in the exercise.
To measure a distance, it can easily take as much as 3 weeks.
Organic food is produced without chemicals and processed without additives.
Higher fees cause students to look more critically at what universities offer.
Music department staff are available to assist with scholarship applications.
Students will not be given credit for work handed in after the due date.
The topic of next week's colloquium will be nuclear disarmament.
Applications for all campus housing are due in the office on Monday.
Application forms must be completed by the end of term.
Their program depends entirely on private funding.
You can download all lecture handouts from the course website.
Collective research contributed to confirm the most important hypothesis. The psychology department is looking for volunteers to be involved in research projects.
A clear synopsis can concisely cover the key arguments of an essay.
Most of copy machines may be used by the teaching assistant.
We are delighted to have Professor Repet join our faculty.
Most students have the opportunity to share a common lunch break around noon.
Evidence is necessary to prove that an experiment has been susceptible.
The hypothesis needs to be tested in a more rigorous way.
Developments in information technology have greatly changed the way people work.
Wireless Internet has revolutionized the way business communications occur.
The Chancellor sent invitations to the Founders' reception.
This is not a complete list of institutions that grant post-secondary degrees.
You can find the Student Service Center on Level 1 of Home Building.
A computer virus destroyed all of my files.
History is not a simple collection of dates and events.
The new timetable will be posted on the website before classes start.
It is not necessary to elaborate on the exact composition of the material.
Registration of mechanical engineering modules starts in the next semester.
Applications for internship opportunities are available in the office.
This presents an opportunity to collaborate with scholars from different disciplines. The result will be available in the main quad and online.
I'm so glad you got here safely.
You need to be careful when quoting Internet sources.
We must hand in our assignments by the end of the week.
But the evidence supporting this theory is largely anecdotal.
I need more quotations to back up my argument.
You will need a Bunsen burner and tissue.
The examples of the theory of social capital were challenged to grasp.
I usually have milk and sugar with my coffee.
Graphs representing northern and southern industrial production show significant differences.
In English, the months of the year are always capitalized.
The preliminary bibliography will be due in the week before spring break.
Please be careful when using online translating programs.
The old equipment is around the back of the building.
There will be no classes scheduled during exam week.
She told me the faculty has been very supportive.
To contact the education faculty, call the secretary on extension 401.
A census is an aggregation of demographics.
Contemporary critics dismissed his ideas as eccentric.
We can discuss your essay in our tutorial next week.
She's a specialist in 18th-century French literature.
I was overwhelmed with too much irrelevant information.
He is almost never in his office.
You should inquire about direct deposit.
It can be quite difficult to tease these things apart.
The counseling search and work conflict with the prime personal commitment.
Art is influenced by the political events and ideas of its time period.